You're not in Kansas anymore.
Join our man at the movies, Collie McFadden, live from Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran. And a very good evening to you.
A good evening, Seamie, and an interesting evening as well for you. We've got quite a few movies. After kind of the summer lull, they're all coming at us thick and fast. Or maybe it was just my first week back in college, so I'm feeling quite thick, if not fast anyway. So we'd see how we get. Thick, if not fast, yes. So we'd see how we get on, see if we get through this one.
Okay. I suppose one of the big movie we're kicking off with anyway is, we know Harry Styles so well at the music part, and he's turned himself to be a bit of a movie star as well, isn't he?
Well, yeah, and of course, I was first made aware from it movie-wise in Dunkirk, which he was very good. And then he did a cameo in the recent Marvel movie Eternals. I must admit, though, I had to turn around to the person beside me and go, Who is that? And okay, fair enough. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting him in the movie. But one of the things now, just before we play the clip, one of the joys of my job is I get these trailers in like months in advance, and they just often have just initials. They don't have the name. I have no idea what they were. From the first time I played this trailer, I was intrigued to see this. It's called "Don't Worry, Darling," stars Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. We'll give you a little bit of a taste of the trailer right now.
Welcome to the Victory Project.
Here you can live the life you deserve.
It's a different way. A better way. Why are we here? You get to become a part of this family.
What do you think they're really doing out there?
Alice, have you lost your mind?
The Victory Project is doing something to us.
I've been waiting for someone like you to challenge me like a good girl.
Don't worry, darling. In cinemas now. Book tickets.
Okay, so that was a really
changing the world.
Yeah, that was a really good part to show, right? So when it starts off, everything is idyllic. I want to put a picture in listeners' heads. It's the 1950s. Everyone has a different color, bright convertible. Everyone's wearing beautiful dresses. They're playing music, and like Harry Styles arrives home in his beautiful blue suit. His wife is waiting there in a gorgeous dress with a cocktail and the roast on the table. So it's that sort of stereotype 1950s TV, American TV idea of what heaven was. But there's an underlying trend going, that wasn't real in the 1950s. Just TV told us this was a perfect life. It wasn't like that for everyone in America. And there's something going on here and you don't know what. Now, we were talking a little bit off air and you went, is it any good? And the answer is, yeah, I really thought so. And the reason I say that just straight out is because it has got slated with reviews that haven't been good. And I think some of the fuss about the movie, probably a lot of people, if they read the gossip pages of the newspaper or on Twitter or anything like that, will know the director has, started going out with Harry Styles and she left her own partner. And there's all been such scandal. And never mind the fact that it's quite ironic considering one of the themes of the movie is what's all right for the men isn't all right for the women. How many male directors have misbehaved way worse on set and people go, oh, they're geniuses. So this is an intriguing movie, but on all these other movies that I want to mention, you said it reminded you of something. And I want to say, yeah, it's this, isn't it? And this, but I don't want to say that because I don't want to give it away. And maybe some people haven't seen those movies and I would give a kind of hint. All you need to know is this is a whole movie about, it's like an onion. There's layers to it. What you see may not be what you get. Now, it is Harry Styles is all over the posters because he's very handsome and
he sells tickets.
He sells tickets, but the real star of this is Florence Pugh, who's the housewife who has this idyllic life and can't understand why people aren't bothered. All she has to do is look after the house during the day and has a life, but she feels, and she just looks after the house. They don't have any kids. All their friends have kids, but they just have a great time. They go to parties every night. Everyone drinks and smokes all the time. For breakfast, everyone has like fried bacon and eggs and toast, and nobody ever puts on a pound. It's the perfect life, isn't it? Or is
something going on?
There's something going on. I really enjoyed this, and I think if I watch it again, actually, I'll change that. When I watch it again, there's probably bits that I'll go, oh, that bit didn't actually make sense. But I was so wrapped up in it when I watched it. But if you get the poster behind me, it makes it look like a very romantic movie, and there is romance in it, but it ain't that. It is much more. It's not a horror movie, but it has elements of horror in it. It's more of a thriller, a psychological thriller, where Alice, that's the character Florence Pugh plays. It's kind of wondering, is she going mad? Or is there something actually going on? I thought it was interesting, intriguing, and something I've often said, Jamie, I love when we get, parts 3, 4 and stuff of movies, but I also love when it's something new and something I don't know what's going to happen. And that's one of these, if you want predictable, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Last week we talked about Ticket to Paradise and Rasha and Frank. Lovely movies, but very predictable. This, I didn't know where it was going. And at one stage I sat up on the chair like that and went, oh, right. Wow, okay.
Yeah, nice. Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming. Interesting, clever, maybe not what everyone expects. Well worth your money. This weekend. As a matter of fact, I just got a text from my boss saying there's an extra showing already putting on Friday night, which means Harry Styles is selling tickets.
Absolutely. And now we're coming closer to home. A movie that was made in Dunlow. Irish movie starring an English actor, a guy called Cosmo Landsman, who was actually played an Irish character in a movie called Calm with Horses, not so long ago. He's a very good actor. And his mum dies, leaves him some land around Dunlow, although I don't know if it actually mentions Dunlow, but it is. I know those roads very well. And he comes home to see what it's like and kind of pay tribute to his mum by checking out her old homestead. And he's involved in an accident and gets embroiled in this whole scandal with this other young man in the area. Really, now, if I thought Don't Worry Darling was a bit intense, this is really intense. Even the trailer, we couldn't play the trailer on air, and it's not just because of the strong language, but people will be going, oh, Janie, not at 5:45 in the evening. But I think this looks really interesting. Full on, for people who like really serious, hard drama and with an Irish twist to it. I can't wait to watch this. It's called It's In Us All. It won't be around for weeks and weeks and weeks like Don't Worry Darling or Ticket to Paradise, because it just doesn't have the support. So we always try and push the Irish movies. It looks really good, but not for the faint-hearted. It is a 16s. But there will be a big interest in Donegal.
Oh, I would like to think so. And there's a reason. Look, hey, I'd love to say my boss gets these Irish movies in for the good of their health. He doesn't, but rather than do another screen for a big Hollywood movie, Irish people do like to see local stuff. We got a lot of people from Sligo and Donegal for the Northman because it's filmed here, and I would like to think it'd be the same with It's In Us All because of the Donegal connection in it. And also it looks really good, so why not?
No, I was surprised to see on a running order Avatar. I thought that's not coming out next year.
Well, Avatar 2 is coming out at Christmas, so they're re-releasing Avatar, and it'll be interesting to see, because famously the cliche of Avatar goes, it's the biggest movie of all time, and nobody can remember a single bit of it. But there is one thing about it that is definitely true. There's only a couple of movies, Gravity springs to mind, and Avatar, that got 3D right, that you actually went, oh, okay, I see the point. And then there were loads of other movies with 3D, and you went, it's just people pointing at the screen. That's no fun. There's been no qualms or big petition starting for us to do this in 3D, for example. Quite the opposite.
It's enough in 2D.
Because you go back to just the radio. But it is spectacular, and I was actually preparing it earlier today in the trailer for Avatar 2, and it looks like something special, but there's no doubt about it. Nobody thought you needed another Avatar to be re-released. But James Cameron, when he said, I'm going to do Terminator, they laughed at him. Huge hit. Then he said, I'm doing Terminator, but Arnie's going to be the good guy. Laughed. Huge hit. Titanic. Can't do Titanic. Biggest movie of all time. And then Avatar. It's all in 3D and cartoony. Nobody's going to go and see that. Biggest selling movie of all time. So we got to trust with him. It'd be great to see it again. And of course, there's loads of people. It's 2009 that came out. Loads of people have never seen it in the cinema. They'd love to see it ahead of the opening. 10
seconds on Misted Monday.
It's Thor. Most people will have seen it, but it's good fun and cheer up a gloomy Monday.
Okay, that's Collie and Movies. Till next Thursday, enjoy the movies.